Hello, everybody. I'm Objectively Dan, and welcome to the Atheist Community of Austin's Holiday Trivia Challenge of 2021. If you don't know me, I am the host of the ACA's very own Truth Wanted and also Talk Heathen. So what this is a special pre-recorded challenge that we've done for the holiday season here in order to give our hosting crew a bit of a break during the season, but still give you guys something to watch. So hopefully you guys will enjoy these challenges, even though they're not live like most of our content is. So what this is a 1-versus-1 single elimination tournament. So the winner of each round moves on, and the loser, well, can get their holiday celebrations started a little earlier. So here is how the round will work. Each of the rounds will be an alternating answer format, meaning that each contestant will take turns providing one answer. What kind of answer, you ask? 2 trivia questions, of course. We will alternate who gets the first answer each round. If the contestant gets an incorrect answer, their opponent will have the chance to give another answer. If that contestant gives a correct answer, the round continues with alternating answers. If both contestants give consecutively incorrect answers, then the round will end. So the goal is to get the most correct answers, and the winner is determined by how many correct answers you give across all the round. And now we're getting down to the cream of the crop with the last 4 competitors. So grab the popcorn and find a comfy seat, because you're in for it today. If you missed the first round of competition, you missed a lot. So be sure to check out that round on the Secular Sexuality channel at tiny.cc/ACAHTC1. And if you missed the quarterfinals, you can find the first 2 matches on the Truth Wanted channel at tiny.cc/ACAHTC2, and the second 2 matches on the Talk Heathen channel at tiny.cc/ACAHTC3. Let's move on to today's competition. Our first matchup will help settle the age-old question. No, it is not, is pineapple good on pizza, or does God exist? But which is the second best ACA show? I mean, clearly Truth Wanted is the best, but what is the next best one? The Atheist Experience, or perhaps Talk Heathen? Veteran host of the Atheist Experience, Matt Dillahunty, will be placing his reputation and the reputation of his show on the line against Kenneth Leonard, the up-and-coming host of Talk Heathen. Is this not what you want? Are you not entertained? Well then, let's go down to the field of battle and give the next generation a story of glory to tell. Hello, everybody. It's Objectively Dan here, joining you live, at least live for here in the moment, for the third round of the ACA Holiday Games. Joining me for this particular round is going to be a doozy, folks. We have Kenneth Leonard on one side of the aisle here. The other side is Matt Dillahunty. So I'm expecting a lot of shit talk out of you two. Kenneth already looks like he's got something to say, so I'm going to let him say it.
Well, so like in the last round, we had, a category about magicians. And so knowing that that's out of the way, I feel like as long as we're not talking about like chess strategy, philosophy, history, or a number of other topics, that I should be able to do pretty well. So, yeah.
I don't know why Kenneth is a fair assessment. Kenneth is listing my weakest topics. So I guess he's going to win.
Man, if that's your weakest topics, then I'm going to be really interested to see how you fare today in today's game.
That's just what I want everybody to think.
I hope you ask me about spindly Christmas trees in the background of shots.
Yeah. It's the goofiest Christmas tree.
I like it. It's perfect. It fits in the corner there. It's all brightly lit with white stuff. It doesn't have an angel on top. I don't have to explain anything.
There you go.
As much as I'd love to talk about Kenneth's Christmas decor, we do have a game to play here, folks. So I suggest that we get straight to it. What is it, Kenneth? You're going to be starting off the beginning of this round. Your category is the 40 most popular baby names of 2021 in the United States. You may begin.
Oh, shit. Okay. I feel like everyone's naming their kid Aiden these days, so I'm gonna go with Aiden.
Aiden is on the list. That's a good guess. Aiden's on the list. Matt, your turn.
Brittany.
Brittany. No Brittany's on this list.
Right off the bat.
Interestingly enough. Yeah, going back to Kenneth.
Everyone's trying to do like old-timey names. I don't know. I'll say Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is not on the list. Guys,
Wow.
We're at the beginning of this round. I want to give each of you another chance here. Matt, go ahead. Give another guess.
John
is not on the list. That means I'm going to give Kenneth another chance to go.
I remember I looked at one of these lists a couple of years ago, and it was the year after Black Panther came out, and the name T'Challa was on the top baby names that year, which I thought was just fantastic. Okay, let's go with William.
William is not on the list. Man, you guys suck at naming babies. Let me tell you what.
I have again, Dan?
Yeah, I don't have kids.
I'm just saying, you suck at doing it if you had one. So good thing you don't, right?
We just don't fall into the modern popular names. I would be more creative with the name. I would name if I had a son, I'd maybe name him Dan.
Yeah, that's a solid one. It's a sad
name. Well, that's very
nice. The biblical names. Like, why aren't they naming kids things like Methuselah anymore,
Because we love them.
Methuselah would be a good one. It would be a good one. I do want to tell you the rest of these names here. So we do have Amelia, Aria, Asher, Ava, Avery, Benjamin, Camilla, Charlotte, Elijah, Ella, Ellie, Emma, Ethan, Evelyn, Gianna, Grayson, Harper, Henry, Isabella, Jack, Jackson, James, Layla, Leo, Levi, Liam, Lily, Logan, Lucas, Luna, Mason, Mateo, Mila, Noah, Oliver, Olivia, Sophia, and Wyatt were the most popular baby names of 2021. That's right. That's all the COVID babies right there. All
Noah
those pandemic babies.
Yeah. There you go.
Noah was on there. So not a strong start, gentlemen. Not a strong start, but thankfully we have a lot of other categories to go through. Matt, you are going to be starting off this next category. This category are the best companies to work for in 2021, according to the Fortune 100. Okay, so this is the top 50 of the best companies to work for in 2021, the Fortune 100. Okay, you may begin.
As the self-employed guy who's been self-employed for 7 years, I don't know anything about what companies are good to work for now. We did the most popular employers prior to this. I'm going to say not Amazon.
Yeah.
That's a great answer, but not on the list. So I'm going to have to give it to Kenneth to see what he comes up with.
Okay. I'll say I feel like I always see like FedEx
another 5 seconds
on these things.
FedEx is not on the list, and once again, I'm going to give you guys both the chance to do this again. Starting again with Matt.
Google
is not on the list. Okay. Going back to Kenneth.
Great list you guys are coming up with.
Yeah. This is we're crushing this one, Matt. Let's see. I wonder if this is like one of those bought and paid for lists where companies just pay to get their names on it. I'll say Facebook. I'll say Facebook.
You think Facebook? Where?
I'm theorizing
what news
they bought their way onto the list.
Is reading where you think Google? Anyway, I don't know. Okay, no, it's not Google. It's not Facebook. I guess we're gonna walk away from this category with no points awarded. I'll be honest. There's a lot of ones I don't recognize on here, but some noticeable ones are Cheesecake Factory, Bank of America, Accenture, Publix, Texas Health Resources, for some reason, Zillow. I don't think of Zillow too often, but hey, there it is. So yeah, some interesting companies on there. Everybody knows about the work ethic of Zillow, guys. Come on, this is common knowledge that we're drawing.
I don't know how I didn't think.
And Cheesecake Factory.
I'm stunned. Yeah. I should be put in jail right now for not thinking of Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, that was the next guess. Sure.
Definitely an appropriate response. Yes, absolutely. So you are going to be starting off this next one. I think you guys are going to get some more guesses out of this one. I really, really do. This next category is countries whose flags are red, white, and or blue. You may begin.
Red, white, and or blue. The United States of America.
Red, white, and or blue. The United States of America is one of them. It would be very, very sad if you didn't get that one first. Going to Matt.
I'm confused by the way the question is phrased. Red, white, and or blue. So like I could name if I just named a flag that was red and
correct.
white, would I get that? Would that count?
Yeah, or red and blue.
Okay, correct. Poland is on the list. Great guess. Going back to Kenneth.
Let's see. France.
France is on the list. Great
Malaysia.
Job with that. Going to Matt. Malaysia is not on the list. Look at that. Going back to Kenneth.
I'll go Japan. There's a nice red and white one.
I'm sorry, because Malaysia has some yellow.
Japan is on the list. Great guess with that one. Going to Matt. Indonesia is on the list. Great job. Going back to Kenneth.
The United Kingdom.
Damn it.
The United Kingdom is great guess. Going back to Matt.
Sweden.
Sweden is not on
the
list. Don't see it on here. Yep, going back to Kenneth.
Switzerland should be, though.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Switzerland is on the list. Yes, Switzerland's on the list. Going back to Matt.
Sure, that's up to
I'm sorry. What country is that?
That was Denmark.
Denmark. I've never heard that pronunciation before. It's beautiful.
It's native. I've
going up to Denmark. Don't see Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on the list. I'm sorry. Denmark is on the list. Great job with that. Going back to Kenneth.
Cuba.
Cuba is on the list. Great guess. Going back to Matt.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. as a territory, so wouldn't count because we're talking about countries, so not on the list.
I wonder if this also applies to countries within the UK.
But I'll give you another try, Matt.
Yeah.
I thought they were all right. Shit. Well, that's gonna be good for people editing.
Five more seconds, Matt.
Spain. No.
Spain is not on the list. We're gonna go back to Kenneth.
Russia?
Russia is on the list. Great job, Matt. Give you another shot here, and then we might have to cut it off for the mercy rule.
Estonia.
Estonia is not on the list. Kenneth, we'll give you one more chance to go, and then I think we got to cut it off.
I want to test my theory about countries inside of the United Kingdom and say Scotland.
Scotland Scotland is on the list.
He gets UK and Scotland, but I don't get Puerto Rico.
That's what I'm wondering. That's what I wanted to see.
But Puerto Rico's not a country. No, it's a territory.
Protectorate, but okay, whatever.
It's just not.
Tell me that Scotland's
right, but it's not a country.
The United Kingdom, then. if you're going to say that Scotland's a country, are there countries that are collections of other countries? But okay.
I mean,
I see
that's a good point. We let judges. Look, I gotta say this again. I'm just looking at the list, gentlemen. All right, I have a list. I'm going off that list. That's how I'm operating. Okay, the list is what gives me, and it's what sustains me. So, okay, so despite this constant wave of controversies that seems to be happening within these game shows, we are going to move on to the next category and just see how we fare. Okay, so Kenneth, I believe you were starting in this next category. Now, with this one, I am going to give a bit of a hint as to what you should be thinking of with your answers here. Okay. Yes.
Didn't Kenneth start the last category with the United States of America?
Well, you know what, Matt? I believe Kenneth did start the last category, so you should be the one that should be starting it.
I'm just saying, if you guys are going to cheat, don't do it so blatantly.
I understand. This is like custom. I swear to God, this is like customer service with you people, and I'm not even getting paid for this shit. It's ridiculous. Anyway, all right, we're going to move on. Matt, we are starting off this next one. Okay, what this is the list of Merriam-Webster's words of the year, Merriam-Webster's word of the year since 2011. So how these are done is that they're the most searched words on their website. Okay, so we're thinking about the most searched words on their website since 2011. That is your category. You may begin.
Insurrection.
Insurrection is good guess, but not on the list. We're going to go to Kenneth.
Misinformation.
Misinformation is not on the list, and therefore we will start it again, starting with Matt.
Are we sure this is most searched word at the dictionary, or is this Merriam-Webster picking their favorite word like they did when they went with, let's say, selfie?
This is the list of Merriam-Webster's words.
Yeah, this selfie.
Okay. All right. Okay. Selfie is not on this list. Selfie is not on this list. Going back to Kenneth.
Jesus. Anonymous.
Anonymous is not on the list, gentlemen. So we're going to try this again. Matt, starting off, give us your best guess.
Poop.
That's your best guess, huh?
Best guess you're getting out of me. Why you guys keep coming? I give a damn about
Poop is not on the list. People did not need to go to Merriam-Webster.com and look up the definition for fucking poop between the years 2021 and 2011. I am sorry.
2011, I have not needed to go to Merriam-Webster for anything, let alone what other people's favorite words.
Well, some of us aren't as smart as you, Matt, and have to look up words sometimes. So anyway, Kenneth, any guesses?
I'm more of a dictionary.com guy. Okay. Yeah. Jesus. I want to say
another 5 seconds, Kenneth.
Quantum.
Ooh, that's a good guess. Let's see if it's on here. It's not. But good guess though. So that's what, 3 guesses between the two of you? Do we need to try again? See if we can at least hit one?
I'm sure everyone watching this is having a blast right now. So
I'm sure they are too. But maybe we should move on.
Hey,
maybe we should move on. Impeachment. You know what? I'll just to see. Impeach is on the list. Okay. Yay. So Matt got one. And Kenneth, you want to try to get one?
Sure. Because I think people are dumb, I bet people searched the dictionary for Obamacare.
You know, I like your thought process there, but it is not actually on the list. So interesting, ones I want to point out. Quarantine was on there. Schadenfreude was on there. Terrorism is on there for some reason. Ambivalence, capitalism, coronavirus, feminism, globalization. So a couple different words on there. Hypocrite. Okay. Now that's funny because somebody was probably having an argument and they're like, let me show you what hypocrite means in the dictionary. I could see that happening. So anyway, those were the list of Merriam-Webster's words, or at least some of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because we need to move on to our next round. Now, I've been blindsided now by who's starting first with these things. And now I can't remember. I believe Kenneth's starting this one off.
Yeah, back
to Kenneth. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so Kenneth, you're going to be starting this category, and this next one is the 25 largest cities in the world by population.
Okay.
So you may begin.
Tokyo,
Japan is on this list. Great first guess. Going to Matt.
New York City. New
York is on the list. Great job. Going back to Kenneth.
Mexico City
is on the list. Going back to Matt.
Los Angeles
is on the list. Good guess. Going back to Kenneth.
Sao Paulo
is on the list. Great guess. Going back to Matt. Chicago is not on the list. Going back to Kenneth.
Most populous cities?
Of the 25 largest cities in the world by population.
Okay.
Mumbai.
Ooh, good guess. Mumbai, India is on the list. Going back to Matt.
Shanghai,
China is on the list. Going back to Kenneth.
Sticking with India, I think Calcutta is also probably on there.
Calcutta is not on this list. Going back to Matt.
Beijing
is on the list. Going back to Kenneth.
London,
England is not on the list. Going back to Matt.
Wow.
Rome is not on the list, and that concludes the end of that category. Again, not going to go through all of them, but some highlights. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. Kenneth, Calcutta, India was on there. I didn't know it was spelled with a K, so that shows you what I know. So, Kenneth, I'll let you get another guess here, and we'll go from there.
Cairo
is on the list. Great job. Okay, Matt, that means you get another one as well.
Well, as long as we're going with K sounds, Karachi,
Pakistan is on the list. Great job. Going to Kenneth.
Jakarta
is not on the list. Going back to Matt. Paris is not on the list. And now we can end the category. Again, just a couple of highlights. Delhi, India is on there. Istanbul, Turkey. Osaka, Japan. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And, a couple other ones. Moscow, Russia. So some other ones you could have gotten on there. But that was good. Good job. Good job, guys. You did good. All right. I don't care what people say. I think you did all right. Okay. Now, I believe Well, shit. Now I've really forgetting now who's starting now. Kenneth, no, Matt's starting this one. Matt's starting this one. Okay. So Matt, I think you might have the advantage here. Well, actually, technically, neither of you should have the advantage. In fact, both of you should have the advantage because what we're looking at.
Hey, can we go to Merriam-Webster and look up advantage?
What's happening?
You know what? I'll tell you what's happening, Kenneth. We are doing the guests on Talk Heathen and or Atheist Experience in 2021. So you may begin. Five more seconds.
It's Matt, right? Matt's starting this one?
Yeah, Matt's starting this one.
I thought Kenneth was starting it.
No, we'll start it over then. Matt, go ahead.
Well, I think at some point Lloyd was a guest and then became host.
Let's see. I don't see his name on here. I think they were counting him as host, but I think we can give you a point for that.
I don't know if it was 2021 or not because the last 2 years are a blur, but yeah.
Seriously.
Judges are saying Lloyd was host off the bat, but Matt, it's the Christmas season. I feel like I'm going to be generous to you. I think I'll give you that one. So Kenneth,
my advantage.
Kenneth, I'll let you start next one here. What you got?
I was a guest before I was a host, so I should be on there.
Yes, you were on this list, so good job.
I wasn't privileged like Lloyd right out of the gate, so yeah.
Right. Matt, next one's to you.
Dr. Darrell Ray.
Dr. Darrell Ray is on this list. Going to Kenneth.
That's going to be my next one. Let's see. Shit, why am I trying to blank? This is terrible. Andrew Seidel, I think, was on.
Andrew Seidel was on Atheist Experience. Great job. Going to Matt.
Scott Clifton.
Scott Clifton was on for show. I don't see his name on here, but I believe he was a guest. So I think this list.
Confusing.
Oh, judges say Scott was last year, not 2021. Going back to the Kenneth then.
Oh, time flies.
Five more seconds.
I can't remember Dr. Josh's last name.
That's okay. Dr. Josh is fine. That's what we have him on on the lists.
As Dr. Josh.
That's fine. As Dr. Josh. Yes, we do. That's just
Bowen,
how it
Joshua
goes.
Bowen. There we go.
Yeah. All right, Matt, you're up. Genevieve is on the list. Great guess. Going back to Kenneth.
I'm not sure if he would count as a guest or as a host, but Dave Warnock.
Dave Warnock does count as a guest.
What? Dave Warnock's a regular co-host on Atheist Experience.
But he was a guest on Talk Heathen.
Oh my God. Well then, okay.
Yep. And for AXP. I mean, he guessed it at first too, I believe, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know. He's on the list. That's all I know.
Okay.
Going back to you.
Apostate Prophet.
Apostate Prophet is on the list. Great job. Going to Kenneth.
Okay, well, if hosts can be guests, then I'm pretty sure Matt came and guested on Talk Heathen. So I'm going to say Matt.
My next one.
Yes, Matt is on the list as a guest for Talk Heathen.
Kenneth, that was me to claim. Well, then I'll claim Kenneth.
Well, Kenneth already claimed himself earlier.
But which one did he claim for? Because
it doesn't matter. It's just going by name.
Oh my God, you guys just cheat every time. Oh man. Phil Ferguson.
Phil Ferguson is on the list. Great guess. Going to Kenneth.
I think my friend Ethan Michael was a guest on Talk Heathen.
Ethan Michael was a guest on Talk Heathen. Great guess. Going to Matt.
Well, I'm going to go with Mandisa.
Mandisa Thomas rotation is on the back to Kenneth.
Okay, I'm going to go with the guy who I was pretty sure was going to win this whole tournament, which is Johnny P. Angel.
Johnny P. Angel is on the list. Great job. Going back to Matt.
J. Mike.
J. Mike is on the list. Going back to Kenneth.
Hector Garcia.
Hector Garcia, good guess, was not a guess this year. I believe he is not on the list. Going back to Matt.
What sucks is whoever we forget is going to email us and say, "I'm sorry, I was such a forgettable fucking guest, and you guys suck." And but
5 more seconds.
Gail Jordan.
Gail Jordan is on the list. Great job. Going back to Kenneth.
Seth Andrews.
Seth Andrews is on the list. Going back to Matt.
Nick Fish.
Nick Fish is not on the list.
More than a year.
Been more than a year. Yeah. Going back to Kenneth.
I believe Katie Montgomery was a guest before a host.
Katie Montgomery is on the list. Going back to Matt.
I could get a point, but I'm not going to.
What? What is this? A new development?
Sorcery, trickery, are we?
I can't think of another one.
Nope. Going back to Kenneth.
Dan.
Who? Who's that?
Thank you, Dan.
Yes, Objectively Dan is on the list. Speaking of people who are going to get you hate mail, Matt, we hosted like a couple weeks ago, like last week.
I no longer think of you as a guest.
I guess that's true.
You're sitting here staring at me. You're coming over tomorrow night to play games. I don't think of you as a guest. I don't think of Kenneth as a guest. I don't think me as a guest. I don't think we should count.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Take away all those points and go with actual non-ACA guests, and I might win.
Oh my goodness, this category is really heating up, isn't it? Okay, I believe it's your turn again, Matt. So if you want, you can take it. But there.
Hey, I got another.
No.
Whoever picked this category is going to have.
And we are going back to you, Kenneth. Any other guesses?
I don't know if Jim counts, but I would say Jim.
Jim is not on the list. And with that, we are going to end the category, fellas. So glad that I eventually got called on the list. You missed Arden, though. Would expect that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either. I don't know. I can pass thinking of some people as guests. Now, Arden, technically, I mean, with nonprofits and stuff.
Yeah. We also have MD Aware, Nate Smith, so a couple of other locales. I'm sure they'll be happy to see that their names didn't get mentioned in this category. And with this category out of the way, we now approach our last category of the night.
I'm gonna have to kick your ass now, Kenneth. Sorry.
Okay.
That's how it is. So, Kenneth, you're going to be starting this round, and this round is the top 20 reasons people quit their job. And you may begin.
They're not getting paid enough. Lack of pay.
Underpaid is one of the choices on here. Great guess. Going to Matt.
Healthcare.
Do we have healthcare? Judges, I see one of these answers that might count towards it. You tell me if we should count it or not. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to Kenneth. Any guesses, Kenneth?
Oh, I would say because of a medical emergency. But I don't know if that is overlapping the same thing as healthcare. If that's sort of the same thing, then just don't give me a point.
Let's see. I don't see that specifically, so I'm gonna go back to Matt with that.
Found a better job.
Found a better job. Should be on here. Yep, there it is. Going back to Kenneth.
Had a kid.
Had a kid. Had a kid. Do we see have a kid? Yes, we got that one on there. Going back to Matt.
And is this the reason people quit a job or
top 20 reasons people quit their job?
Quit their job. Moving.
Yes. Moving is one of the ones that's on here. Great guess on that. Going back to Kenneth.
Their boss is a dick.
Boss is a dick. Yes, bad boss is on here. Going back to Matt.
Sexual harassment.
Hey.
Sexual harassment. I don't see on here. So I guess that's a
people who work with you then.
Oh, wow. Going back to Kenneth.
They quit to like early retirement. They quit because they're just getting too old for this shit.
Let's see. Getting too old for this shit. Do we have getting too old for this shit on here? I don't see that option on here. So I think that means we have to end the category. So some of the other ones that you missed were didn't get along with the coworker, no job security, no career path, a lack of support / training, undervalued / appreciated, unfulfilling work, or the wrong people were promoted or fired, among some other things. So yeah, a lot of different reasons people quit their jobs, if you can imagine that. And they said yes on the healthcare answer for you, Matt. So we're going to give that one to you. And now the judges are going to be tallying up those results to see who won this competition of the minds. Kenneth, what do you think?
I have no idea. Those first couple of categories, we kind of stumbled out of the gate. I think I don't know. It's gonna be tight.
Okay. All right.
Kenneth definitely won. Like if Kenneth didn't win, I will be stunned at what kind of cheating is going on at this point.
You already assumed that there's cheating going on at this point, right?
Going on. It's just doesn't have anything to do with the outcome of the game.
I feel like I played that like the New England Patriots, just trying to take advantage of every little rule, like every technical thing to eke out a couple points.
Well, speaking of the New England Patriots, looks like Kenneth, you're going to be going to the Kenneth with 29 points. Matt with 20 means Kenneth is moving on to the finals. Matt, you are moving on to our consolation round, which will be really, really fun to see. Kenneth, any words you want to say about your victory?
I'm shocked. Just, the categories are so weird. So it's just a crapshoot, who's going to get what. So, this is fun.
I think you'll definitely spend more time at Merriam-Webster. So congratulations on knowing flags and naming countries within countries.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Matt, any other final remarks you want to make about the system? I'm upset at the man. Or is it just like
I'm not upset at anybody?
What's your takeaway?
I had some fun. We did some stuff. Dan cheats to favor whoever he likes best, but that's okay because I genuinely don't look at people who are on the show as if they're guests. They're just a part of everything, and so I'm sorry if Dan felt wounded that I didn't view him as a guest when I view him as family.
What an answer. What an
I got a
answer.
lot to
Surely
deal
one
with,
that
and I'm done here because I forgot Arden, and I'll hear about that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a lot of personal reflections by everybody involved, I think, after these games are over. But thank you so much for playing. We'll see both of you in the next 2 rounds that are happening. And for now, we're going to go back to the booth. And oh, how the mighty have fallen. Kenneth David Leonard has defeated the Goliath, Matt Dillahunty, in a feat that few would have thought was possible. This is definitely one for the ages, and they will tell the story for generations to come. Or maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to our last semi-final round. Phoebe Rose, who seems to have come out of nowhere to become one of the front runners in this competition, may be meeting her match in Johnny P. Angel. We're going to have to install an extra layer of snark protection in the arena for this round because these 2 competitors can certainly bring it. And now, let's go down to the field of battle and bring it to you. And we are back, folks. I'm Objectively Dan, hosting the 3rd round of the ACA Christmas Game Special, Holiday Game Special, Kwanzaa Day Special, whatever kind of special you want it to be, honestly. We are here on the 3rd round. All holidays matter. That's right, Johnny. All holidays matter. We're going to go into this next round with guns a-blazing. We have Phoebe joining us in one corner and Johnny P. Angel joining us in the other. Phoebe, who is going to win this round?
The British.
Oh, and why is that?
Because I'm British. Because we always win.
Oh, okay. Well, an interesting proposition to be sure. Johnny, do you have a response to that?
Into their hands, I commend my spirit. So we'll see.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, well, it sounds like both of you have your minds made up. So there's only one real way to tell, and that is to actually play the game to see who the winner is. So let's go ahead and play a game, shall we? Phoebe, you are going to start with our first category. And our first category of the night, if you choose to accept it, is 35 cars with the longest production runs. You may begin.
Ford Transit. Does that count as a car? If it doesn't, then I go with the Ford Mondeo.
Neither of those are the cars we were.
Are these production runs worldwide, or are these production runs in the USA?
Worldwide. Worldwide is what we're looking at, I believe. Yep, worldwide. So yes, none of those cars made the cut. Johnny, do you have any guesses?
The Volkswagen Beetle.
The Volkswagen Beetle is one of the cars on the list. Great guess. We're going to go back to you, Phoebe.
The Mini.
What kind of Mini? Oh, wait. Oh, no, never mind. Just the Mini. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. That is on the list. Great job. Going back to Johnny.
Are we talking about individual car models?
Correct.
Okay. The VW Microbus.
The Volkswagen Microbus is not one of the cars that made the cut on this list. Phoebe, back to you.
Ford Focus.
The Ford F-Series is on the list, but not the Ford Focus specifically. So we will not be counting that one. But, we're still at the beginning of the round here. I'm going to let both of you get one more chance here. We are looking at starting with Johnny again. Johnny, what do you think?
The Ford F-Series?
No, I'm not going to give that one to you because I already said it.
All right. The Chevrolet Camaro.
The Chevrolet Camaro is on the list. Great guess. Gonna go back to Phoebe.
Dodge Charger.
The Dodge Charger is not on the list. Going back to our old pal, Johnny.
The Pontiac Firebird / Trans Am.
Why the hell would you think the Pontiac Firebird would be in the longest production of cars?
The Camaro was.
Well, it is not on the list. An admirable try, though. Folks, I think that means we should go ahead and end this category. Not sure how much more we can milk from this. A lot of cars on this list. Couple of notable ones I want to point out. The Honda Civic, the Honda Accord, the Ford Mustang, the Ford Fiesta, the lots of ones on here. Toyota Corolla. A lot of ones you guys would probably recognize. But yeah, we didn't get to most of them on the list, sadly enough, but that's okay. We still have 6 more categories to go. And Johnny, you are going to be starting off this next category. Are you ready to go?
Blessed be, I sure am.
Blessed be, blessed be. In this next category, we are doing the US and UK monopoly properties. In other words, the names of the properties that you can buy in the game Monopoly. Go.
Okay. Boardwalk.
Boardwalk. Boardwalk is one of the properties. Great job. Going to Phoebe.
Old Kent Road.
Old Kent Road is one of the properties. Great job. Going to Johnny.
Park Place.
Park Place. Park Place. Park Place. Park Place is on the list. Great job. Going to Phoebe.
Whitechapel.
Whitechapel. Whitechapel. Whitechapel Road is on the list. We'll give it to you. Going to Johnny.
St. Charles.
St. Charles Place is on the list, and we'll give that one to you too. Going to Phoebe.
The Angel Islington.
The Angel. Yep, there it is on the list. Going back to Johnny.
Baltic Avenue.
Baltic Avenue is on the list. Great job. Going to Phoebe.
Euston Road.
Euston Road. Let's see. There it is. Euston Road is on the list. Great job. Going to Johnny.
Connecticut.
Connecticut Avenue is on the list. Going to Phoebe.
Bow Street.
Bow Street is on the list. Going to Johnny.
Vermont.
Vermont is on the list. Vermont Avenue. Going to Phoebe.
Vine Street.
Vine Street is on the list. Going to Johnny.
Illinois.
Illinois. Illinois Avenue is on the list. Going to Phoebe.
Pall Mall.
Pall Mall.
It's a pink one. On the UK version, it sits next to the jail.
Pall Mall. I don't
It's
see.
It's worth 140.
Well, I'm going to let the judges figure out that one because I don't see it on the list here. Oh, there it is. It is on there. Pallmall. Pall Mall. Okay. I did not know that one. That must be just exclusive to the UK version, I guess. Johnny, back to you.
Are we including railroads? Because that's a property you can purchase.
Yes, we are including railroads.
B&O Railroad.
B&O Railroad is one of the properties. Great job. Going back to Phoebe.
Fenchurch Street Railway.
Fenchurch Street Station is what I have listed here, and we will give it to you. Going back, Johnny.
Indiana.
Indiana Avenue is one of the properties. Going back to Phoebe.
Marylebone Station.
Marvin Station.
No, Marylebone. Marlybone.
Yes, Marylebone Station. Thank you. Thank you for that. You get the point for that. Going back to Johnny.
Marvin Gardens.
Marvin Gardens is one of the properties. You guys know your Monopoly properties. This is getting intense. Going back to Phoebe.
King's Cross Station.
King's Cross Station is one of the stations. Going back to Johnny.
Pacific Railroad.
Pacific Railroad is not quite the name. Judges, what do we say? Do we give Johnny that one? You tell me. Waiting to hear from our judges as they decide whether we give that one to him. No answer on that yet. We will get back to it in just a second. We're going to go back to Phoebe.
And to complete the full set and to take £200 from anyone who lands on my stations, I will be having Liverpool Street.
Liverpool Street is another one of the stations. Great job. Going back to Johnny.
Missouri Avenue.
Missouri is not one of the properties here. Going back to Phoebe.
The Electric Company.
The Electric Company is not on here because I don't know if they count that. You can buy it, so we'll see if they want to give you that point. Just
you can't put houses on it, but you can't put houses.
We got two questionable points here that I'm gonna let the judges decide if they want to give it to you both. So in that in mind, we're gonna go back to Johnny.
Arkansas.
Arkansas is not one of the names of the properties. Going back to Phoebe.
Mayfair.
Mayfair is one of the properties. Great job. Going back to Johnny.
No idea.
Nothing. No guesses.
Nothing.
All right, then. Going back to Phoebe.
Park Lane.
Park Lane is one of them. Johnny, you get another chance here. Any guesses?
Blank. No answer.
Blank, no answer is not an answer, unfortunately. Going to Phoebe.
Bond Street.
Bond Street is one of them. Johnny, I'm going to give you one more chance here. And then after this, once Phoebe answers, we might have to invoke a mercy rule.
Mercy rule.
Mercy rule is not a name of any properties. Phoebe, what do you think?
Street.
Regent Street is one of the properties you can get. And with that out of the way, I'm going to invoke the mercy rule because Phoebe clearly knows a lot of these properties.
I can name you some more. We have Piccadilly Circus. We have Leicester Square. Where else shall we go around this board? We've got Strand that we could have. So, yeah, I knew at least three more on the UK version.
Okay.
Of Monopoly.
Okay. So they've decided for Electric Company and for your answer, Johnny, the correct answer was Pacific Avenue, not Pacific Railway.
Oh.
So that's why we cannot give you the point for that one. But otherwise, great job to the both of you for doing that category. Very, very nice job. Electric Company was nay.
It was Electric Company.
Electric Company was nay.
So could I please replace it with
You'll have
the additional answers that I knew so that I don't lose out on a point? Because I only won by 1 point in round two.
I'll let the judges decide when they tally up the points in the end. They can make note of it right now. But for now, we'll keep it a mystery. Until we get to know the answer to that, Phoebe, you can go ahead and start us off with our next category. Now, I'm going to be personally disappointed in the both of you.
Oh.
If you don't do well
I specialize
in this category. And that is because, a specialized disappointment. And you know why, Johnny?
You're going to tell me, I hope.
I'm going to tell you. It's because this category is the Truth Wanted Guests of 2021. Phoebe, you may begin.
Craft Tequila.
Let's see. It should be on the list. Should be on the list. Well, Crafty Kilo is now being added at the bottom there. But yes, should be on the list. Okay, giving you the point for that. Going to Johnny.
Apostate prophet?
Apostate prophet was one of the guests for Truth Wanted this year. Very good. Going to Phoebe.
Shit. Sorry, Dan.
I can name the hosts. The hosts are in my head, but that doesn't work. I want to say that you probably
doesn't count. You got another 5 seconds.
Had Matt Dillahunty float around as a host, as a guest, because he's not a host.
Matt Dillahunty was a guest on the program, so point will be given for that. Great job. Going back to Johnny, who I know is confident in giving his next answer.
Oh, your friend and mine, Cynthia McDonald.
Cynthia McDonald was one of the guests on Truth Wanted this year. Excellent job. Going back to Phoebe.
I will be eaten alive if I don't give you the other half of Matt Dillahunty, and I will give you Arden of Eden / Arden Hart. The name is
Arden of Eden. Arden of Eden was and is on that list, of course. Great job filling up the gap there. Going back to Johnny.
Nate Smith.
Nate Smith was on Truth Wanted this year. Excellent job. Going to Phoebe.
Okay, very good.
There's normally not a crossover, so I'm going to plumb for Christy Powell.
Another 5 seconds. Christy Powell. Christy Powell was not in 2021, I believe, which is interesting. But we plan on making some changes to that pretty soon. We'll see. Maybe by the time this has come out, that might have already changed. But there you go. So we're gonna go back to Johnny.
MD Aware.
Oh.
MD Aware was a guest on Truth Wanted. Very good. Going to Phoebe.
See, this is one of the shows I don't normally get to watch because of time zone issues. I don't normally get to watch this show. But
another 5 seconds.
Somebody that I want to have appeared on the show.
All I hear is excuses.
I want Shannon Q to have appeared. So I'm
Shannon Q. Was Shannon Q on? Shannon Q is not on the list. I don't think Shannon has been on this year. Shannon has definitely been on the show. I can't remember if she's been on this year. I guess she hasn't because she's not on the list. Judges, correct me if I'm wrong, but she isn't on the list. And let's see, that makes it's 2 whiffs in a row, right? Or wait, Johnny, did you just get your correct answer?
A good one. Yeah, before.
I can't remember now. Yeah. Oh, you got it right. Okay, so then Johnny, you go next.
Now this is a trick question because I believe that ex-Christian Aaron was on before she was a regular host.
Yes. We don't have Aaron on the list, but I'm going to consider that not fair. I don't know. Well, judges, you tell me.
No.
Judges, you want to give Johnny the point for that?
Look what they're doing.
They say they're marking it. Good point for that.
Okay, because they know.
They're giving a point for that.
They know. It's true.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay, Phoebe, go ahead. Give your guess.
I'm going to go with Genevieve.
Genevieve was on. See, you guys know. You guys know a couple.
Yeah.
You got some of them. All right. Johnny, you're next. Roe is on. Roe was on, I should say. That's proper grammar. Great job guessing that. Going back to Phoebe.
Wherever Shannon Q goes, I have to guess Paula Gia. I don't know whether that's going to be right or not.
Apologia was on. Apologia was on this year. Great guess for that, Johnny. What do you got? Any
Jim
guesses,
Barrows.
Johnny?
You git. That was my next guess.
Jim Barrows. Let's see. Barrows. I don't think he was on Truth Wanted this year. I don't see his name on the list. Yep, was not on Truth Wanted this past year. Sorry about that. Going back to Phoebe.
I saved my bacon because that was going to be my next guess. So, it's probably not going to be the correct answer. But I'm going to guess Dave Warnock.
Dave Warnock was on the show this past year, so you made a good guess. Great job. Back to Johnny.
At the moment.
Notes from Autumn.
Notes from Autumn was a guest. Not this past year.
Oh.
Not this past year. So, yep. So that means you get another try, Phoebe. Let's hear it.
Because I'm a lunatic, I'm going to guess the person that I'm up against. Has Johnny been on this year? Or is Johnny one of the hosts?
Johnny? This Johnny right here? Johnny has not been on, which is a shame.
Thanks, Dan.
It's a shame. We should definitely change that. And so with that, I believe that's 2 wrong answers in a row, meaning that we end the category. Hey, I don't know if you guys ever tuned in, but it's a pretty decent show, I would say. You know, as far as call-in shows go, you know, there's definitely some competition out there, but I like it. Every
time I've seen it, it's been good.
Judges are saying I should list the rest, so
yeah, please.
That's good. They want me to list the rest here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, in case you want to check out other awesome guests of Truth Wanted, we have Almost a Dr. Matthew Rami, Anthony Magnabosco, Ben G, Brent Lee, Bridget Bradshaw, Dan Beecher, Derek Lambert, Dr. Josh, Dr. Abby Hafer, God is Gray, Jamie Woodhouse, Jessica Bloomkey Grief, Joe Lumen, Joey Krieger, Keith Giles, or it's Giles actually, Kelly Loughlin, Kenneth Leonard, Martin Robert, Matthew J. DeStefano, Megan Lewis, Outcast X, Prophet of Zod, Reed Nice Wonder, Ross Blotcher, Rudy B, Smiles Lewis, Cyrus the Skeptic, Trevor Pullman, and J Mike, of course. But not Johnny. What's up with that, Johnny?
Yeah. Well, 2022 is right around the corner, Dan.
That's right. We'll have to see what happens. And you know what? Phoebe should come on too. I'm just saying. That should happen. Okay, and Johnny, you are going to be starting our next category. Are you ready, sir?
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
You didn't sound super confident there, but we'll take it. All right, so this next one is the Fortune Global 500. We're just going to look for the top 50 of the Fortune Global 500. You may begin.
Apple
is on the list. Good guess. Going to Phoebe. Alphabet is on the list. Great guess. Going back to Johnny. Five more seconds, Johnny. Johnny has run out of time to answer, but I'll give it to him anyway. Walmart is on one of the one of the companies listed here. Very good. Phoebe, you may go next.
Facebook/Meta, whatever their listed as on your list.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Looking for Meta. I don't see Meta on here or Facebook. So no points will be awarded for that one. Going back to Johnny.
General Motors.
General Motors is on the list. Great guess. Going back to Phoebe.
Microsoft.
Microsoft is on the list. Going back to Johnny.
Ford.
Ford is on the list. Great guess. Going back to Phoebe.
Bank of America.
Bank of America is not on the list. Going back to Johnny.
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo is not on the list. And that actually ends our category a bit prematurely, might I add. But that's the way the news goes. So a couple of highlights I want to list from this list. Toyota, Verizon, Volkswagen, Samsung, Kroger, Honda, Home Depot, CVS, Costco, BP, Bank of China, Amazon, Anthem, and just a whole bunch of other ones on here. So definitely good to know some of those. So when the revolution comes, you know who they're going to come after. Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's a wall out there somewhere, and those companies who are people may be put up against it.
What an interesting idea. Now we're going to go ahead and start with our next category. This is an interesting category, in my opinion. And Phoebe, you're going to be the one leading this interesting category. This interesting category is the top 20 free iPhone apps of 2020. You may begin.
Top 20 free iPhone apps of 2020. Google Maps.
Google Maps is on the list. Great job. Going to Johnny.
Facebook.
Facebook is on the list. Good guess. Going back to Phoebe.
YouTube.
YouTube is on the list. Going back to Johnny.
Instagram.
Instagram is on the list. Going back to Phoebe.
You're not getting them all. We're going with WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is on the list. Going back to Johnny.
That was my next one. Spotify.
Spotify is on the list. Good guess. Going back to Phoebe.
Telegram.
Telegram is not on the list. Going back to Johnny.
Yelp.
Yelp is not on the list. Ooh, gang. I thought you guys would get more in this category.
I have an Android.
I have an Android too, but you know, they have a lot of the similar kinds of apps. I'm going to list what you guys missed. So you missed Amazon Shopping, Cash App, Disney Plus, DoorDash, Gmail, Google Meet, Messenger, Netflix, Snapchat, TikTok, Venmo, Widgetsmith, and Zoom cloud meetings. So quite a couple of free apps. I have definitely have half of those on my phone right now. I know that for sure. So
I only use paid apps, so I wouldn't.
Right. Johnny's quite elitist in that sense.
People, whatever apps they use, I'm not sure.
Right.
Apps with the people.
Well,
Not Johnny's vocabulary.
Many.
Okay, now Johnny, you're going to be starting this next category with us. And this one looks like it's going to be a fun one. We are looking at the most popular news websites in America. The most popular news websites in America. You may begin.
I would be remiss if I didn't say Fox News.
Fox News is on here. Yes, good job guessing that. We're going to go to Phoebe.
The New York Times.
The New York Times is on here if we count New York Mag, which I believe is part of the New York Times. No, not on here from what I'm seeing. Going back to Johnny.
CNN.
CNN is on here. Great job guessing that. Going back to you, Phoebe.
The Washington Post.
Washington Post is on here. Great job. Now we're going to Johnny.
MSNBC.
MSNBC. MSNBC is on here if we count MSN. So we'll give you MSN. Going back to Phoebe.
Well, are you counting NBC separately then?
We are counting NBC separately, so you can get NBC, Phoebe. Going back to Johnny.
Okay. CBS News.
CBS News is on here. Great job. Going to Phoebe.
Well, as we're doing all of the major networks, I may as well finish off with ABC.
ABC is actually not on this list. Isn't that interesting? Going to Johnny.
Newsmax.
Newsmax is also not on this list. So that actually means we have to end the category. So a couple ones that you missed. Want to point out some of the highlights. Bloomberg, that's a big one. CNBC, Entertainment Weekly, E! Online, of course, BuzzFeed, Breitbart, unfortunately, not great. NFL.com is counted on here. TMZ is on here. Vox is on here. The Daily Beast is on here. Politico, Yahoo. So those are some of the highlights that I see on here. So interesting list, to be sure. Says a lot about the country we live in my opinion.
It's nice to see InfoWars not listed.
It's nice to see InfoWars not listed. I agree. We're going to go to our final category of the night. Phoebe, this one is going to be thrown your way. We are looking at the Forbes Billionaires Top 30. You may begin.
William Henry Gates III, also known as Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is on the list. Great job. Going to Johnny.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos is on the list. Going back to Phoebe.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett is on the list. Going to Johnny.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is on the list. Great job. Going to Phoebe.
Carlos Slim.
Let's see. I don't see Slim on the list. Going back to Johnny.
Sir Richard Branson.
I don't see Sir Richard Branson on the list either.
Richard Branson.
Might be under Richard Branson, but I don't see it under Richard Branson. So not on the list. That means that we end the round. Couple of
ones. The thing that amazes me about Carlos Slim is that he has previously been the richest man on earth.
Yeah. Well, I guess not in this top 30 anymore. Some of the ones that you missed, I want to highlight. Mark Zuckerberg, of course. Larry Page, right? Jim and Rob Walton of the Walton family. Michael Bloomberg is on here. Michael Dell, Larry Ellison, Steve Ballmer, Charles Koch, and Julia Koch and their family. So a couple of highlights that you missed. And with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
these questions, you'll notice, were very money and acquisitory centric. And yeah, I just
money,
I don't
money, bum, bum.
I don't I don't
Must be
worship the
funny,
wealthy,
bum, bum.
so I'm afraid.
Oh.
just-
In a rich man's
Oh,
world.
that's an interesting excuse, Johnny. Do you have any other excuses you want to give out tonight for your performance, or?
no, I think that's a good one.
You
Okay.
need to listen
All
to
right.
more ABBA songs. Money,
I
money,
love ABBA.
money.
Okay. Well, as our judges are tallying up the points, I just want to know, Phoebe, who do you think won?
Me.
Okay. And you think that there's any chance at all that Johnny could have won?
Yes.
All right. Straightforward. I like it. Johnny, who do you think won?
I think the people at home were the winners, but definitely
What a sellout. Look at this guy.
No.
Look at this guy. All right. Well,
I also think that Storm Barra has won as well.
Well, you guys aren't going to believe this, but it was a pretty close game. Phoebe with 32 points and Johnny with 31 points means that Phoebe by 1 point is the winner of tonight's competition. Phoebe is going to be moving on to the finals, and Johnny will be entering our consolation round. Congratulations to both of you. Phoebe, the look on your face is quite incredible looking right now. What do you have to say? No words.
Speechless.
No words. Absolutely speechless.
Okay. Bravado aside. Bravado aside. This wasn't meant to happen. I was supposed to, crash and burn in round 1. This wasn't meant to happen.
Phoebe, don't tell them our secret plans. Don't let the world know. Just kidding. Phoebe has earned her way to the top. Congratulations to you. Johnny, any words of wisdom you want to give to your opponent? Any final remarks?
I don't know who you're going to be playing against, but if it's Kenneth, go easy on him because he's a really nice guy and gracious in victory and in defeat. But if
you telling me that I should, go ruthless on the Dillahunty?
I'll fucking kill that guy. Yeah.
Oh,
take him down like 10 pegs.
Oh, shoot.
I was going to do it. I was going to do it myself, but you saved me the trouble. Break him. Break him in half. You got what it takes. You beat me.
A lot of strong fighting words happening at this point in time, which means that we're going to have to close out the show. Thank you both for playing tonight, and we are going to head back to the booth. Turn out the lights. The party's over. At least for Nate, that is, as Phoebe continues her path of contestant destruction by eliminating him from the competition. Can anyone stop her? We'll have to see, I suppose. With that said, we've determined our 2 competitors for the championship. And in a blatant appeal for ratings, we'll have our consolation round as well. The finals will air Sunday, December 26th at 4:30 p.m. Central on the Atheist Experience channel. Phoebe Rose will attempt to keep her perfect record alive against Kenneth Leonard. One of them will be crowned our champion, while the other, will have to dream of next year. The championship will be preceded by our consolation round, where either Matt Dillahunty or Johnny P. Angel will be crowned King of the Losers. You are not going to want to miss this epic finale to our competition. I'll see you in the next episode as we seek to crown the champion of the Atheist Community of Austin Holiday Trivia Challenge 2021. I've been your host, Objectively Dan. Keep wanting the trivia, and I'll see you next time.